Talk to Nelson Cade here at Treasure Coast Songwriters Festival. How you doing, man?
I'm hot. I'm doing all right, though.
You're a California guy, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm used to dry heat, not wet heat.
Right. So let's talk about 2020. You get all 4 chairs turned on The Voice. And then the pandemic hits.
Yes. I was on the season that got interrupted by COVID. It was a wild time. Don't get me wrong, being on The Voice was amazing. The production behind the scenes, I was so impressed to find out how much integrity they actually put into the show.
Really?
Yeah, I have nothing but praises for them. At the end of the day, though, being on when COVID hit was a very different experience. I feel like we got half of what the usual experience is.
I mean, were you heartbroken over that? Or?
I mean, of course, how do I put this? Sure, I'm heartbroken that I don't get this thing that would have been amazing, but at the same time, it's COVID. Like, you're more worried about surviving
and living.
Yeah. Right. It was a wild time. I was living with my girlfriend and her parents at the time. So, we have a lot of, it was a risky situation. If anybody got sick, everybody gets sick.
Right.
And we did the best that we could. And I feel like we navigated well, but no, being on the show was absolutely amazing. Changed my life, opened so many doors.
So after that, you realize, I want to do this. This is what I want to do. Talk about your path after that.
Ooh, the path after? Okay. So after, it didn't change my ultimate goal. I've always wanted to be the artist. I've always wanted to be the songwriter. There is no plan B.
Right.
It took me a long time to figure it out, but this is what I want to do. To what extent? Whatever extent presents itself. I traveled the country. I ended up leaving California. My parents lived in Baltimore, and I was like, you know what? If California shuts down and I can't do what I need to do here, it's way too expensive to no longer be making money. So I had to figure out a way to move to Baltimore. And what we did is, as I traveled, I would stop at different KOAs and campgrounds and trailer resorts and whatnot. And once they knew who I was, they'd let me play.
Really?
They'd let me lodge. I'd make a little bit of money, and I could keep going from place to place, because those were one of the only places that across the country didn't shut
Still
down.
Open, yeah.
And I called it the Hazmat and Handshakes tour. And I got all the way to Baltimore off of basically high-end busking, if you could call it that.
From California to Maryland.
Baltimore, yeah.
That's crazy.
It was wild. And then,
but you did it.
Yeah. And honestly, I met great people along the way. You know what? One of the cool things, I never get to talk about this. When I was in Savannah, Georgia, there was a site called, I want to say Creekfire or Creekside. I think it's Creekfire. The woman who hosted us there, I can't think of her name right now. I'm so mad. I can see her face. She's a beautiful person. She really enjoyed my music when I was there. She fought to make sure that I could play at the big lodge and everything, and she was so cool. Apparently, she is one of the people that has that skill set to burn art into leather.
Yeah.
And my guitar strap is something that she made me.
No kidding.
And I've worn only that guitar strap ever since.
It's a memory from that trip cross country that you'll always have around you.
I love being able to wear stories and things like that, because it's for me. And if she ever sees me, because hey, one day I'm going to be on a big screen somewhere and I'm going to have that, and she'll know what it is. And that's all I need.
It's awesome. Nelson Cade III here at a Treasure Coast Songwriters Festival.